What are your thoughts on leftovers? Well, in John chapter 6, we can find out Jesus' thoughts on leftovers. I know some people are okay with them and others are like, no way. But Jesus shows us what he thinks about them after feeding the 5,000. And let's read there about those events in John 6, verses 10 through 13. Jesus said, "Have the people sit down." There was plenty of grass in that place, and they sat down. About 5,000 men were there. Jesus then took the loaves, gave thanks, and distributed to those who were seated as much as they wanted. He did the same with the fish. When they all had had enough to eat, he said to the disciples, "Gather the pieces that are left over. Let nothing be wasted." So they gathered them and filled 12 baskets with the pieces of 5 barley loaves left over by those who had eaten. And so to me, we see Jesus and what he thinks about leftovers. He says, let nothing be wasted. He says, we're going to gather that all together and we're going to put it to good use. Now, we're aware of the brevity of Scripture. I mean, I've often wondered as a young person, well, did he take it to some sort of first century homeless shelter? Did he share it with the poor people in the community around them? Nothing specifically states in Scripture what he did. One thing is for certain. He said, let nothing be wasted. And if there were 12 basketfuls left over, he put it to good use. I think of when I was younger, I know whether my mom's side or my dad's side, they were all raised to make use of everything. Let nothing go to waste, of having grandparents or great-grandparents who had lived through the Depression. And of course, when times were tough and things were scarce. And I'm sure that you too can think about your relatives and your ancestors and making sure that you make the most of what you have. And it's that reminder that God makes the most of what he has, and he is making the most of you. And so it's a good thought to think about. So the next time you're having leftovers and think about that, I would encourage you to think about what Jesus says here. Let nothing be wasted. I thank you very much for listening and hope you have a great day.